Well, I thought, oh, it's okay. I don't have enough time this morning to do the hair. I'll just grab a beanie. But then I realized I haven't unpacked the beanies. I don't know where the beanies are. They're in some box that is somewhere in this house.
You've been there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You gotta get your S together, man.
Listen, I put together the studio. The echo should sound like almost non-existent today.
It's better. It's better.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good, right? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
A lot of setup. I still have a lot more setup to go, but we're trying.
So, got bad news. Got real bad news.
That rash came back?
Yeah, and it's in the shape of Daniel Jones.
Oh, baby. We here.
Steer.
That was a terrible pen flip. You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is P. Yes. Look at that. There we go. Continue. Yeah, man, as we get closer and closer to the start of the NFL season, which I was just telling Brandon is 2 weeks away from tomorrow.
Boy.
That's the real deal. We got the final preseason games this weekend, but you're starting to see some teams that are making some decisions, some personnel decisions, here's who my starting quarterback is going to be. Not the Saints. The Saints are not doing that yet, but we have some teams like Cleveland Browns who are naming Joe Flacco after drafting a couple quarterbacks. They're like, you know what? Joe Flacco's our guy. He's the guy who could stay healthy. I would say he's a player, not an entertainer. And then, of course, the Colts.
Got the Colts. That's a big one. The Vikings dealing with some injuries. They might be in the trade market for receiver. You got the Commanders still trying to deal Brian Robinson Jr. The Dolphins might be interested there. A lot to get into today, but we can't. Let's start with Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson, the Colts. It's kind of funny too because
snap into one, Slim Jim.
Joe Flacco, of course, was a Colts quarterback last year.
Yep.
Colts are like, fuck you, Joe. You're not good enough to come back here. We're going for Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones versus Anthony Richardson. Think maybe they'll have a real competition. I don't think it ever was. I think Shane Steichen's scared of losing his job, and he's going with the guy who gives them a slightly better chance to win. And I think right before the show, I saw James Palmer tweet that among the 41 quarterbacks with 10 or more starts since 2023, the two with the lowest passer ratings are Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. So it's funny. It's funny to me because I do believe Daniel Jones is a little bit better of a quarterback right now. I get that.
Oh, I agree.
But in terms of like seeing what you got with Anthony Richardson, it just makes me believe the Colts they're done. They are done with Anthony Richardson because the only thing you can do is give the raw young quarterback freaking reps to see if you can actually help him improve. And Andy don't believe that, I don't think.
Okay, so we had this conversation, I want to say it was last season. They're kind of starting to blur together because unfortunately with Anthony Richardson, the playing time that he has either been marred by injury, controversy, right? Or just bad play. And again, you see the little bits of hope, right? You see the athleticism that's on display, but this is we're 3 years into this now. And like after he got injured his first year, it was kind of like, okay, well, we didn't know what we saw. We saw a very, very limited amount, kind of giving him the benefit of the doubt. But I think it was last season we were talking about this, that you have to look at Anthony Richardson's development. And if he's not developing, who do you put that on? And again, as an outsider who's not in the building, that's pretty tough to try and gauge and grade.
I put it on Jonathan Taylor.
As you should.
Yeah.
Once you went on that bus, things were never the same. But in terms of why he hasn't progressed, is it an Anthony Richardson problem? Is it the Colts are not developing him problem? Is it a bit of both?
Yeah, it's
and
always
I think
both.
the fact that you have Daniel Jones, who came in, who is a veteran quarterback. Hey, listen, he has a playoff win. Sorry, I was just reminiscing.
Sorry, Minnesota, huh? Is that what you're saying?
Sorry. So he has a playoff win, but like he is going to know he's a veteran in the league, right? He's played seasons before. And even though there is obviously a ceiling with Daniel Jones, he is going to be a more polished quarterback, especially if you haven't seen Richardson develop into this point. The problem is now what do you do with Anthony Richardson? Because you're holding on to him for at least, another season, unless you're going to try to move him now, which I don't know if they're going to do. But I agree with you. It seems like unless Daniel Jones at some point is going to get benched, and they said it like they're not giving him a leash, right? That he's not just the week one starter, he's the starter for the entire season. And that, of course, can fluctuate and change week to week. Daniel
can fluctuate as soon as he sucks balls, Tom.
Interceptions, the first game, and they're like, well, Anthony, guess what? You're going on in there.
Yeah.
It's a tough look, and Richardson, I saw his interview where they were talking to him afterwards, and he's like, yeah, listen, you just got to respect the process and respect that this is happening. This is what they think is going to give the team the best opportunity to win. It's just with Daniel Jones, even if he's a serviceable quarterback, which I think he is, you're a middle of the road football team at best. And this doesn't answer any questions, and the carousel just continues to go. And that's ultimately where the Colts have been now since Andrew Luck retired. It's just they're going round and round and round and round.
Yeah.
Stuff.
We'd be talking about Andrew Luck putting his finishing touches on his Hall of Fame career had the Colts just put a freaking offensive line in front of him. But instead, we're wondering if Daniel Jones is going to have a better season than Joe Flacco, right? Like, that's what I'm interested in watching this season now. It's like, okay, Indy, you're going to start Dan Jones? Sure, I sort of get it. You let Flacco go. We saw Flacco's flaws last year in Indy. He played basically the same as he did for the Browns. He's going to give you some nice touchdowns, some nice throws. Sure. And he's also going to turn the ball over when he shouldn't. And he's going to do that again in Cleveland. Who else turns the ball over when they shouldn't? Dan freaking Jones.
Also behind that O-line, buddy.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And what Jones has that Flacco doesn't is the ability to run. But I'd be willing to bet the guy that can run better than Daniel Jones is Anthony Richardson. So there's there's just no clear advantage long term of the Colts starting Daniel Jones unless somebody in that fucking building believes Daniel Jones is a guy who can be their quarterback for the next 3 or 4 years.
See, I don't even think it's that. I mean, I think there's questions with the offensive line of the Colts, right? And so you're kind of sending Daniel Jones out there to be like, have fun, buddy, and because especially if Anthony Richardson is having an issue, reading defenses, identifying where the protection is.
Yeah, he definitely does.
I don't know.
He's not going to learn by sitting on the sideline.
I don't know.
Look, Anthony Richardson is very flawed. And what I said yesterday, it's like both him and Daniel Jones were drafted too high. Okay, so they get these unrealistic expectations placed upon him. Richardson didn't play a lot in college. He hasn't played a lot in the pros.
No.
Daniel Jones has played a lot in the pros. You know who he is at this point.
Yeah. You have an idea.
And I think the best thing that can happen for Anthony Richardson, there's two things. One, the Colts trade him and he gets a fresh start somewhere. People are already saying send him to KOC or send him to Sean McVay. Those are the two quarterback whisperers now. McVay, KOC. I don't know if either of those things would happen. I don't know if the Rams would even be interested because Stetson Bennett has looked so good this preseason. Maybe that's just their guy. The other thing
quick,
that could
before
happen that would be good for Anthony Richardson is that Daniel Jones is just terrible to start the season, and the Colts are like, you know what? We got nothing to lose. Let's go back to Richardson.
Sure. Well, and that's the thing too. Like everybody and their mother said this, when Anthony Richardson was drafted, everyone's like, hey, like you're gonna need to develop him, right? Because you're drafting him for that athleticism. I mean, it's like we talk about with pass rushers or corners. It's like, oh man, like they have some traits, either if they're a corner, like they're insanely tall and fast, or maybe if they're a pass rusher, right? Like they just have a combination of speed and power. That's pretty crazy. I think at the end of the day, like it's just Richardson had those enticing traits, and it's just the rest of the player hasn't been developed yet. And it's like I said, whose problem is that?
It's because he can't throw a freaking check down.
Yeah, I mean,
he struggles with accuracy on the easiest throws, and he's freaking money on the most insane throws.
Yeah.
He did one in the last preseason game or the first week. I forget which one. It was just like, oh God, there it is again.
I don't think the Colts O-line has gotten better. I don't think they've gotten better. And, I'm also just doing it on the most recent things too. Like Lucas Van Ness, who's been having a nice camp with the Packers, who just did a joint practice. Like it didn't look good for the Colts O-line. And again, these are small sample sizes, but yeah, man, like the Colts for me, if you're throwing Daniel Jones in there, Anthony Richardson, they might be just done, and maybe they're going to look for a trade partner. And again, he's on his rookie deal, so who cares? But I like long term, no answers have been presented for the Colts. I don't know what you do. Real quick. Yeah, I've seen lots of rumors about this, in on every conversation. I still am I know I saw the Jerry Jones thing who said that Jordan Love beating in the playoffs was like one of the worst things ever, which is beautiful work. But I feel like I can't get if the Cowboys literally, if they allow Parsons to be off their team, they're not a serious team. There's no shot. Yeah, do you want to play something or
just something from the Colts? Their offensive line grades last year. Just a little context here. 10th best in pass blocking, 5th best in run blocking. Just to say that maybe if Daniel Jones does take a lot of sacks or struggles, it's on Daniel Jones.
Like we've been saying about Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Like I don't know. I mean, because it's also, this is the problem too. Richardson will take some sacks, so it is. I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. I
think the Colts are going to be possibly the worst team in the AFC this season.
Their schedule's not fun. I actually have it in front of me. Yeah, their schedule's not fun.
Their existence is not fun right now. I feel for Colts fans. Colts fans are officially in quarterback purgatory. It's one of the worst places to be as a fan.
Yeah.
I would, and I get why, like, okay.
Jonathan Taylor, they had the 8th best rushing offense.
JTT's nice. He had a great season. They've got, I think Tyler Warren is going to have a really nice year. For our predictions episode, I'm comparing him to Brock Bowers in terms of he's going to be really good despite having shitty quarterback play. You got Pittman, A.D. Mitchell, Josh Dan. There's pieces there. But if your quarterback is one of those two options, I do not feel good about it. And I think, like, if I were a Colts fan, I would just want to, even if the ship was sinking, I'd want to be on that boat with Richardson. He was the guy you took. You went 4th overall for him.
Sure.
And, like, because the best case, the absolute, and maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe somebody will pull this clip and say, look how stupid this little mouth-breathing piece of shit was about my team. Sure. But the best case scenario is the Colts barely sneak into the playoffs and then get their ass kicked by a legit contender in the first round. That's the best case scenario. And I don't even think you're going to sniff that as a best case scenario with Daniel Jones. Because I don't think Daniel Jones is better than Joe Flacco. for the Colts. And I hate to be like that pessimistic about it, but I just don't like the
it's
situation.
tough. I mean, like, they don't have an easy schedule, and on top of that, within their division, like, they have pieces that I really like, but I tell you, they had a top 10 run game last year. They were 25th in passing yards and 17th in points per game scored. Right? So they're kind of,
yeah, and those are going to go down. Those are going to be lower. Those are going to be lower.
I think Daniel Jones can bring them to a middle of the road season.
Dude,
I don't know if that's what you want, though.
Yeah.
Because that's also the problem. Like,
to be more fair to Daniel Jones, like Richardson, he has dealt with injuries that I think once the Giants believed in him, he tore his ACL that following season. He hasn't been able to stay healthy as well. So and again, it's like, I don't want to just be mean to Daniel Jones, because I do like Daniel Jones. I hope I am wrong. I hope he plays well. But the other comparison, like, usually, like, you're looking for optimism. You're like, okay, maybe Shane Steichen, maybe his offensive philosophy, maybe he can get the most out of Daniel Jones. We've already seen the most out of Daniel Jones because Brian Daboll got it out of him. That's what got him that contract. Like, he has had the opportunity with a good offensive-minded coach.
Good run game, with Saquon was doing well, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. Like, so we've already seen that with Jones, and unlike, Geno Smith and Sam Darnold, these nice resurrection stories, I don't think it's going to happen with him in Indy, but anyway, and it's not even a surprise that they named him the starter. You know what I mean? We knew there was a good chance this could happen. It's just like, when you actually see it, you're like, oh shit, they're giving up on the dude. They're giving up on Richardson. If you were to move Anthony Richardson, Tom, if you were to put him in a situation that you think would be great for him, where would you want Richardson to go if there was going to be a trade? Where he could actually maybe develop and then eventually, get a chance.
Well, he won't get a chance there, but you just go to Philadelphia and be their backup. They'll take care of him. He'll get some playing time at some point, when they're blowing out teams in the fourth quarter.
If Tanner McKee was the starting quarterback for the Colts right now, I would feel pretty good about it, Indy.
You mentioned LA. I think the Rams make a ton of sense. Just for potential, right? The Lions need a backup QB. That's
a
something.
Winning culture there. Yeah.
It's something.
Yeah.
Mr. King, I do want to talk about the front office for a second. Igbuka, I think, again, he was very wide receiver ready coming out of college. Golden might get more reps just because right now, there's some wide receivers dealing with injury from the Packers. So
that's a fun question. And now, but later in the season, in Tampa Bay,
Evans and Godwin, fake it hurt.
His neck strain, he's going to miss a lot of time, right? So, Igbuka might get more opportunities because of that.
Yeah.
Those are my two, for our predictions episode, my two teams I think are going to finish last. So, I think at least with the Saints, you're probably going to start Tyler Shuck. And I paid a lot of attention to him this offseason, so I'm kind of rooting for Shuck, even if I don't think it's going to work out necessarily. But I'll go with, hopefully Tyler Shuck can show us something. That's what I'll root for there.
Yeah, Hollism is also a good pick. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go. Enjoy that Milwaukee. It's like 75 degrees for like the next week and a half. It's going to be beautiful.
Milwaukee.
I'm very excited for it. I want to talk about the front office because you said this also seems like a decision of people who are afraid to lose their jobs. And that's why Daniel Jones is starting. And I completely agree too, because I feel like for the folks who are saying Anthony Richardson's young, right? Like, he can have time to develop all this stuff. That's still been true, like, this whole time. Now, obviously, when he was hurt, you're definitely putting a cap on that development. But when he's had opportunities, as we were talking about in the beginning, they have either been marred with injury or controversy of being like, it hasn't done him any favors. And so I think the best thing is a fresh start for Richardson at this point. I'm kind of there because if you're not beating out Daniel Jones, or at least the potential for you to develop as the season goes along, like the sitting and developing only works when the team and the players on the same page. And I don't know if that's the case now. I don't know if this is the best place for Anthony Richardson, who needed a chance to develop. And again, this also could be on Anthony Richardson more than it is on the Colts. I know we're talking a lot from the Colts perspective.
Yeah, no, that's true too.
Right? Like there definitely can be that. I'm trying to give them some grace, but at the same time, like with the Colts, you do have folks who I think are worried for their jobs and are like, okay, well, if we need to win some football games, this is just the best way that it's going to happen. I don't know if Anthony Richardson's development is even a priority. Seems tough, but it just like, I don't know what more you're going to see from him when he's sitting on the bench.
Yeah. And you're right. Like talking about his agent and what he said after the news came out. I don't think they're really happy with this. Yeah. Obviously nobody's happy if they don't get the starting gig, but
sure.
When you got your agent saying, yeah, we don't know about this, to me, it suggests that I think he will be moved at some point.
And I don't even know what his trade value is.
It's cost effective for a team that wants to give him a shot.
Yeah.
But you got to have the right coach there. Got to be the right situation.
So Mundy, this is also why like I could be wrong with this, but I'm more critical about the Colts organization because I'm like, okay, and giving Richardson a little bit more grace because of how the Colts have operated these last few years. And it has not been great.
I keep forgetting the Colts have Riley Leonard.
They do have Riley Leonard, yep.
What if the Colts trade Anthony Richardson to the Las Vegas Raiders for Aiden O'Connell? You got Geno, Anthony Richardson, and then the Cam Miller dude is your third stringer there. You got Pete Carroll, who I think is a great coach for a guy like Richardson to play for. You got a team that with Pete, he's developed a quarterback who has some flaws in his game, but tooled the game to make that quarterback super successful in one, Russell Wilson. Both got an accurate deep ball, Russ and Richardson. The ability to make plays with the legs. No pressure there. It's Geno's job. I think that might be a good situation for Anthony Richardson. Dang. Yeah. When this happens, people are going to be like, Perna actually predicted this. And I'm going to say, I did, guys. You're welcome. That's why you tune in.
Okay. So real quick, this makes a lot of sense. You know why? Because you're sitting behind Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Yeah. And you weren't already thrown out there.
Yeah, there's a pretty big difference, I'd say. Just a smidge. But yeah, like again, it's just, you know, like when he got benched, right? When Richardson got benched and the whole like I was tired, whatever. It was like, okay, maybe he can learn from this, right? In which you're like, you have a veteran that you're playing behind. Like maybe there can be some kind of, I don't know, man. Like you've been given all this time at the same time. And that's why I think it can be, it's probably both, right? Like it is a thing with Richardson and maybe he's just not the guy. And it's also the Colts. The problem is that the answer just sucks. Like this is not good for anybody. It's not good for Richardson. It's not good for the Colts because they used a top 5 draft pick to go get this guy who has barely had any playing time and just got beaten out by Daniel Jones.
Kirk Cousins, you're going to be a Colt. No. You're going to be a Colt, Kirk Cousins.
I think they should just sell the team.
The Colts?
No, the Vikings. Well, maybe the Colts too, but the Vikings.
Oh.
Yeah, $65 million over the cap. They just get repoed. Sorry. Too much over the cap. You know, if they didn't do
I love the Vikings.
Oh boy.
I like everything that organization stands for.
Yes, they did, Alex.
They're like a beacon of what's right about the NFL.
How so?
Well, first off, they've got that big old KOC leading the charge. Everybody likes when you got a strong KOC at the mast of your ship.
They were looking for a new wide receiver potentially.
Yeah. So Minnesota, Justin Jefferson, slowly working his way back in from an injury.
Looks like he should be okay week 1.
Yeah. Don't even know what the injury is. Jordan Addison, of course, suspended for 3 games. Jalen Naylor, hardly newer, week to week with a hand injury. And Rondale Moore, done for the year. I think he tore his ACL. It was a knee injury. So you got question marks with 3 receivers. Addison's out for 3 weeks. So like the rumor today is that the Vikings are poking around, looking for a receiver. Maybe they're going to make a trade. If I'm Minnesota, I guess like, why hasn't anybody taken a flyer with Amari Cooper yet? And I know didn't really work out with the Bills, but he's an available player. You wouldn't have to give up anything. Amari Cooper might be a guy, if I'm Minnesota, that I look at. I know Adam Thielen is the guy that everybody's like posting about on Twitter.
Yeah.
I think Adam Thielen's going to have an important role with the Panthers. So he was like their best receiver last year. I'm not sure they're giving him up, but
Listen, if Trey Lance becomes an all-star player, please, vindication after he was bullied mercilessly on the $1 million stream. Trey Lance, it's time to rise. It's time to rise. I hope.
Would you take Amari Cooper or Gabe Davis if you're the Vikings looking for a receiver? It's
yeah, maybe knock the doors on or knock on the door for Amari Cooper.
Yeah,
potentially.
It's maybe you got a little bit bigger play opportunity with Gabe, but I think, and you got to think of this move for the Vikings, it's just like a stopgap. It's to provide some depth, a little help while, they wait for Jordan Addison to come back, while they know more about Jalen Naylor's hands. Because you got Jefferson, you got TJ Hawkinson, like you're going to be all right, but you want a reliable extra piece there.
Yeah. You want a stopgap. It's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Because you just need someone in the interim.
Big Kirk go.
I will say, Monday, if Daniel Jones does well for the Colts, the Indy Jones merch will be 10. He needs to come out with the hat. Just start adding to it every single time after every win. You get the hat, you get the whip, you get the coat, do the theme song one. And maybe that's all you get if you only win 4 games. But you could get the ensemble together. What if Anthony Richardson starts dressing up as Indiana Jones? Or
that would be great.
Or
just on the sideline, he's
yeah. Let's go.
Where's Shia LaBeouf? Where's Shia? Get over here.
You had to reference that one. You had to reference that Indiana Jones. Matthew Judon. Dude, I hope he does well. I like Matthew Judon. He's a good player. The Dolphins, it's very difficult to have an opinion on the Dolphins. That is one of the most wait and see teams for me that I have ever waited and seen. Because if everything goes well, I'm still a little nervous about them.
Yeah.
But they could get it going. It's just I have no idea what that team is going to look like. I have no idea.
You got, if Tua starts every game for Miami, I feel good about their chances to be in the mix. Yeah. In the mix. Because we still don't know about the Jets and we don't know about the Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to be better.
We could, Edward.
It's Buffalo's division.
Yeah.
Miami, they're a wild card of wild card teams.
You would think that they're a second place team, like within that division. We're going to kind of see how good the Patriots are, and like maybe the Jets are going to surprise some people in terms of just like winning enough games. But I mean, that second place should be for the Dolphins. They have an established quarterback. Of course, got to stay healthy. But like there's not as question marks with the quarterback besides his health, right? It's like, Tua can play. That offense can put up numbers. It's just a matter of can they put it all together and stay healthy?
Yeah.
Which is a big question.
They got Tyreek Hill, who really loves being a Dolphin and has never said anything to the contrary.
Got this.
You want your guys to really want to be there, and Tyreek loves being a Dolphin. He just loves it,
Yeah. I don't know, man. The Dolphins confuse me. The Dolphins scare me. The Dolphins are just... I hope it works out. I hope they put it together. You know
Manning.
what? But the other team in Florida is like that too with the Jaguars. The Jaguars, like, it's a little bit of health, but like they need to take some steps this year too in an open division. It should be the Texans division, but like they gotta get something going.
Somebody brought it up, so I do need to just give them what they requested. Said the lack of Arthur Smith's clips in this stream disappointing.
Oh, absolutely. That's going to be a big day.
Might not save him, Mike.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's going to be a big day. 20 years.
You asked for it.
I think so, Spicy.
Got it. You got it, guys.
Arthur Smith? Yeah, I would assume if this season, because even if you get the quarterback you want, which
he is still questionable.
Pump the brakes on Arch Manning.
Sometimes.
What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing playing clips?
I'm working here.
Yeah, I would think that unless something turns around, somebody's gone in Indy. I would have to think. Those seats are very, very hot.
So there with Arch Manning, he came out yesterday. Somebody asked him about his father, saying that he's not going to enter the draft this year. And I talked about that yesterday in the stream because Colts fans we're tanking for Arch Manning. It's going to be okay. I was like, well, he's not coming out. And then Arch said, I don't know why my dad said that. I haven't made a decision on when I'm going to enter. I'm taking it, day to day, week to week. So there's a chance maybe he does. And maybe he does want to go play for the Colts.
Maybe.
I said, if I'm him, if I'm the Mannings, I don't want him going to Indy. I want him going to a place where, he's not going to be compared to his uncle right away. But we'll see. We'll see.
I don't think
that's going to keep the mystery and intrigue of whether or not he's going to enter the draft.
Yeah, it's that, but it's also
we don't even know who he is yet. He hasn't played a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Like I understand it's Arch Manning, and the assumption is, he's a Manning. He's going to be really good.
Yeah,
and
the Manning semen is strong. The Manning semen is strong.
Hey, guess what, Brandon? If he has to develop, we trust in the Colts to do that right now?
No. Fuck no.
Rachel, that QB carousel can keep on going around too. The Steelers and the Colts are in interesting places right now. You just get a veteran quarterback. Maybe it'll work out this time. And
you spin me right round, QB carousel round.
It's
Jared Goff got a great endorsement. Did you see this, Tom?
I saw his name was going around. I didn't see the clip though.
What does Jared Goff mean to this team?
Can you hear
it?
Yeah.
Everything. It sounds cliche, but it's for real. Like, just work with me here. You know the one white boy that's you in the hood, but he just on the outskirts a little bit, but he kicking it with the black boys.
Yeah.
But when he get in there, he talking that cash money shit like he want us. JG kind of like that. He gonna let us, hang.
Yeah.
That's that's what he do. You know what I'm saying? But everybody don't really know that. JG really got some shit to him. For real.
JG got some shit to him.
It's a good endorsement.
That's the bet, dude.
It's a good endorsement.
I would kill for that endorsement one day. I would kill for it. He got that shit to him.
Happy anniversary. That was great. We're just talking about
I'm all in. Lions are winning the Super Bowl. Jared Goff's going to lead them to the promised land.
I feel like this is also the story of Jared Goff in Detroit, has been an overwhelmingly positive one. Obviously he had the interceptions in a couple games last year, and the playoffs definitely didn't help. But he is a guy that as soon as he got traded to Detroit, he's the stopgap guy. He's the guy that's just going to be the next quarterback until we find the real franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
And he busted his ass. Him and Dan Campbell work incredibly well together. It also helped that they built the hell out of the trenches, right? And they have some really dynamic playmakers. But yeah, I can imagine Jared Goff, he did the work, man. He worked his ass off to be that guy. They chant his name and he got a contract for it. So I think for him, in terms of, you want to talk about culture building, right? And this is like based off Dan Campbell and the fact that they get so many former players to come back and coach, that's part of what makes the Lions right now too. And what I think separates them from some of the other teams in the league is because, they believe it, like from the outside, like we can criticize Dan Campbell and, no one's a perfect coach, but just like the culture that they've built there and the roster that they've built there, this is a big year for them. But yeah, like Goff's their guy.
Remember, Goff had that perfect game last year, 18 of 18.
Yeah,
he's good. He's a really good quarterback.
Yeah,
and he did get written off
immediately.
Yeah, none of us thought that was going to be the long-term plan there.
No,
and it's like, oh yeah, he got to a Super Bowl, but that was all Sean McVay. And we got there, he ran into Belichick's defense. People give Jared Goff shit for that game, for the Rams offense only scoring 3 points or whatever. The Patriots scored 13 with Tom Brady.
Yeah,
like it was a defensive stalemate, and he just had to carry that. Jared Goff, before that too, like the Chiefs Rams Monday night game with Mahomes and Goff. That's still like, when I think about crazy fun games, it's still like in the top 10 of holy crap. That game was, what did we just watch? It was a shootout, and Goff was out there slinging it.
That was the game that I didn't stream because I was like, oh, I don't know how good it's going to be. And then after that, I was like, I'm streaming every primetime game to try and get back to that. So yeah, no, I get
chasing that dragon.
Yep, that's it. Well, I mean, like, Leif, the problem is this is just with bad teams. You need a quarterback to win in the NFL. And like, you need a pretty darn good. And if you're able to get a franchise guy, that's why they are commanding all this money, right? Like, we have questions about guys like Kyler Murray, right? And like, so this year it's like, all right, this is a big year for Kyler Murray. Questions about Tua, for example, in terms of his health. Trevor Lawrence, we want to see some consistency. But these guys have all gotten contracts because it's like, hey, we got a quarterback, and so we got to keep him on the roster, because if we are going to potentially go and win a Super Bowl or at least be very competitive, we got to hold on to him. So when you need a quarterback, like, these are why teams are going to take swings on him. They're like, okay, if we develop this guy, his athleticism can be really good. I mean, that's the part you got to develop him. And that's hit or miss.
And the Colts probably believe that they just can't develop him. Shane Steichen's probably like, guys, I don't think it's going to work with him.
Yeah.
Like, what I'm seeing in practice, what I've seen so far, can't do it.
Got your instrument rating, all that stuff. Completed flight school. And gonna be a dad. Congratulations. Wow, your helmet's doing a lot behind you.
Woo!
That's crazy.
First off, helmet. Do I have any fatherly responsibilities since you are my helmet? The advice? Oh God.
I hear Carmi's crushing kindergarten, so
she's doing, first week roller coaster, Monday emotional, but she got it locked in now.
Let's go.
Just get through that first year. That's my advice. The first year's tough, and then it's like every month is better and better and better. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Be present when you're with the kid. Sometimes it'll be hard. Sometimes they're going to be crazy. First year, I would have said, don't do it. It's scary. It's tough. 50-50. Really think about it. Since then, I will give such a ringing endorsement about how great it is. Game changer.
Year one.
Better. It makes you better. It just makes you better.
You
got to be ready for it. Like, if you're ready for it, everything about what you do, I think, gets a little bit better, a little more focused, a little more. There's purpose behind what you're doing. So I don't know.
So what's the purpose when you make fun of Jordan Love for Carmi? I don't understand.
We're learning the importance of trash talking, and That's
She
what
has to chase
sports. You get into sports so you can talk shit.
Mm,
And when you realize
Sure.
you can't play at the highest level, then you got to criticize people who actually did obtain their goals, who
absolutely.
put in the work, who
Just
beat
tear them
the
down a little
odds.
bit.
The incredible feats that they accomplish, you got to shit on that
Yes.
so you feel better about yourself,
100%.
right?
Especially if you've never
Yeah.
played.
Yeah.
100%. Absolutely. Wide receiver
She,
one.
I posted it on,
That's what we're talking
on
about, Kyle.
Twitter.
Not a guarantee.
I posted it on Twitter. So she made me a card yesterday. And she's like, Dad, don't look. I'm making you a card.
This.
I'm making you a card. And now she's made a lot of cards.
Sure.
But this one got me because I did not see it coming.
Yeah. Now, what's the B for?
Brandon.
Okay. Okay.
Just poop. And that's specifically raccoon poop next to the words poop.
That's beautiful. Hey, but there's a smiley face and a heart.
Yeah. Smiley face, heart, poop. I was just
Again,
like,
if anybody on the internet ever had any doubt,
nope.
oh man, is Carmi Brandon? Yep.
That is my daughter.
Yep.
That's my daughter.
There is zero question.
Yeah.
There was no mix up at the hospital. Nope. This is
Nope. I laughed.
There's times
I
where
was like, okay.
Carmi just, and I appreciate this so much, just goes across the room and charges at Brandon at full speed. Just throws herself at him. If you have a wide receiver now,
she's still doing that. She's going 100 miles an hour.
Yep.
I'm like, you need to play football.
Well, yeah, get some of that out.
Yeah.
Just got good takeoff speed. Wide receiver one. Could be. Dolphins 5-12, dude. If Dolphins go 5-12, there's some big problems in Miami.
If Tua starts all year and they go 5-12,
oh God,
then Mike McDaniel probably will get fired if that happens.
Yeah. That's what Perna says.
Nobody can beat Goff except for Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels, he likes to beat Goff. He likes to do it decisively, egregiously.
Discuss this. Worry about the Bengals defense and the Commanders offense. Hope both teams made the Super Bowl, but I don't know.
I just saw somebody say Pokemon in the chat. This was sent to me with a note that said, I wanted to send you a nice gift. Please open it live on the next GPS so Tom Grossi can see it too. So
I think you're crushing it.
I kept forgetting to do it, but I got the hat. And it's cute. It's a cute hat.
It's cute. That's a cute hat.
I kind of pull it off.
You do pull it off. Does it have a tail or no?
No tail, just the ears.
Okay. I like it.
You weren't there, but I do have to put together a Pokemon poem for clickbait. So I gotta hopefully I'll
Oh, I'm surprised it wasn't to remake the was that the Travis Kelce thing?
That was the next week and Tree lost. So
okay.
I got out of that one.
I haven't been. Tree will do well with it. Commanders offense, I'm not insanely worried about. They're ready to move on from Brian Robinson, is everything that we've heard over these past few days.
Yeah.
The more concern I would give is that Bengals defense, but also the Bengals O-line, which has also been a problem. So the Bengals, I think there's just concern, especially if Trey Hendrickson winds up getting moved or getting traded. Then I think that those are very valid concerns for the Bengals. Commanders, I just think they're going to have some really high expectations, and I don't know what Jaden Daniels is going to look like year two. I still think he's going to be pretty damn good. It's just we're going to see how much better he could be. But you also need to pay Scary Terry. Like, did we need to? It's like 2 weeks ago. What are we doing here?
Yeah, the Commanders offense, I agree. My concern with the Commanders is they have the oldest roster in the NFL, and they've got a lot of old dudes on their defense. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out for Washington. They they exceeded expectations so much last year. It just feels like Washington might not live up to those expectations while still being a very good football team.
Yeah.
But Jaden's insane. You want Terry back. Brian Robinson, they want to trade him. And they've got Eckler's there, but then we talked about it Monday. Bill Krosky Merritt, and then Rodriguez, who had a few. He had like the first run that popped off for Washington against Cincinnati. So where do you think Brian Robinson lands? Because if they don't trade him, then they probably got to cut him, right? You're not going to keep 4 running backs.
Yeah.
Who's going to be interested in Brian Robinson? Maybe
The Vikings, maybe. Yeah, if Aaron Jones goes,
Texans?
Aaron Jones a little bit
Joe
older.
Mixon doesn't look like Joe Mixon's getting healthy right away.
I mean, the Rams just want to
Cowboys
figure out their
don't
run
have
game.
any running backs.
They need to figure that out. Sorry to make you feel better, Ashley. I mean, listen, I don't know if either of these teams are Super Bowl. Like the Commanders and Bengals, I think, are really good examples of teams that if they make the postseason, you don't want to play. I think that's fair, unless you're the Eagles. Like, I feel like that's fair, right? Because the Bengals, they were getting really hot near the end of the season. If they made it to the postseason, who knows what they could have done. And the Commanders made it to the NFC Championship game. So I think that you have that going for you. They just got to make it there. We'll see. I think both can. I think both are very, very high on the potential playoff list. It's just, there's some questions. That's all. That's all. Because then the Eagles will do this. I also feel like you didn't play this enough after the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
No, you're right. I was so enamored by the Cooper DeJean pick 6.
Yeah.
Nick Sirianni, Hall of Fame head coach. Heard it here first.
Been on that train.
Don't forget it. I'll never let you guys forget it.
Nope. Oh, congratulations on being a new uncle. Let's go.
Uncle advice?
I mean, just give him a drum kit.
Yeah, loud presence. Yeah. I definitely did that.
Then you get to leave. Because then you're just like, and then you leave.
My nephew and niece, they have a drum, a small drum kit that was given to him for Christmas. And we were over there a couple of weeks ago, and I was playing them, and they're really loud. And they're loud when the kids are telling you to stop playing the drums because it's annoying them. And I was like, no, I will not stop. And then they wanted to.
That's what my brother does for my kids, and I hate him for it. But that's the best part because you get like all the benefits of just being like, oh man, like it's a younger part of the family. But then also you don't have the responsibilities of being the parent. You just get to leave. It's exactly, Tanker. The Vikings, they did all right with that. Ultimately, I think they did okay.
I'm gonna do the show like this all year long.
Do you want to be the very best?
Do I want to be the best?
Yeah, like no one ever was.
No. I don't know what that means. Is this a Pokemon reference?
No, like just to catch them is your real test and to train them is your cause.
Okay.
Are you going to travel across the land searching far and wide?
No, I'm not.
You can teach Pokemon to understand the power that's inside.
No, I'm not.
You don't want to do that? Marvin Mims, 10 tutties.
Ooh. I mean, yes, 10 touchdowns is a lot.
Ooh.
Okay, this is a good segue. Thank you, Alex. I think Marvin Mims going to have a very nice season. Broncos have gone from having
thrown on the ball. I'm trying.
Bo Nick's going to crush it. Broncos have gone from having basically no wide receivers to we've got Broncos fans on Twitter talking about trying to trade Devon Vele now because we've got too many receivers. So with the Vikings news, I've seen a lot of Broncos like, let's trade Devon Vele, who just a few months ago was going to be wide receiver number 2, one of the most important players in our offense. And that has happened because Pat Bryant and Troy Franklin had a really nice game last week. Evan Ingram popped off for a play. So the Broncos got Cortland Sutton And then we don't really know who wide receiver 2 is going to be. Is it going to be Mims? Is it going to be Troy Franklin, who's had a great camp?
Troy Franklin.
Devon Bailey has not been playing because he's been hurt. I don't even know what the hell his injury is. Then you got Pat Bryant, who looks good. So, yeah, I get the optimism there, but I would not want to trade Devon Bailey. See Sutton, Mims, Franklin, Pat Bryant. Keep Bailey. That's 5. I think you'll have 5 receivers on the roster. You want depth there because God forbid if one of those guys gets hurt, you want another guy who looked nice, who flashed last year. So it's been a weird thing. I'm like, why the fuck are we? Why is everybody trying to get rid of Devon Bailey now just because he's working through an injury? It's because we forgot about him. We didn't see him play, and the other guys look good. So we're like, we can live without that guy. No, we've been barren at that position group. Let's have a cornucopia, a plentiful bounty of receivers for the season for Bo Nix in his second year, guys.
Now you're barren a corner.
Yeah. And Jahdae Barron. Who? Oh, dude. I haven't seen a ton out of Jahdae Barron, but the guy can tackle. The guy, it was last week. It was early in the game, and I thought the running back was going to cut the corner and shake, and I didn't even know it was Barron. I was like, oh shit, this is going to pop off. And Barron he made the tackle. And the running back had the advantage there. I was like, oh, who did that? And it was Barron. I was like, oh, yes, Barron's going to be so good. But I'm trying to keep my optimism even keel.
Yeah.
No, you cannot get a Pika.
Perfect. Got it. There it is. Ooh, I mean, we'll talk about this as we get closer. Blowout? That would be tough for Jerry. That would be tough if that's how the first game went.
I mean, and the Eagles they pummeled the Cowboys last season. So I think they scored 70 points on him in both games. 71. Dude, yeah, the Cowboys, I don't think it'll be that bad, but
I think the Seahawks have stepped back or forward. I think that they are a competitive rebuild team because I've been really high on Zabel ever since they drafted him. That was the right move because it was a position need, and also I think he's going to be really good. Sam Darnold, we'll see if he can replicate his success behind this offensive line like he did in Minnesota. So that's where I have a little bit of hesitation. And are they going to have a run game? Are their running backs going to be healthy? If they're able to have like a good balance, I think they're going to be pretty solid because I think the most exciting thing about that team is their defense, right? Because that defense started to emerge a little bit more last year. So I think that they might still be, if they still are a 10-win team, I think that's success. But
Sam Darnold going to light it up.
See what Sam Darnold
I'm back on the Darnold hype train.
Yeah.
Heard it here second. Also, what do Patriots fans think about this? The Kyle Duggar trade rumors. The Pats open to trading Kyle Duggar. Is that real? Do you want to see it happen? New coach doesn't love Kyle.
Patriots are a fun team too. There's gonna be some fun teams. It's gonna be an interesting season. We're gonna. I don't know, man. I think that there are enough storylines heading into this year. What are the odds that you think that we see another Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl? I think the Eagles have a good shot. The Chiefs the Chiefs just have a pain in the ass schedule, dude. Their schedule sucks. It's not fun.
Yeah. I'm not.
They have the experience that they can win the postseason.
Are you kidding me?
Unless you're a Colts fan.
Satan-loving, bad people. Bad men. They're bad.
It could be good if you start, tanking early. Then you could start looking forward to that, and then realizing that your team still has to develop whoever they wind up tanking for.
Eagles got a great chance to get back to the Super Bowl.
I think the Eagles have a good chance.
Chiefs have a very solid chance, obviously, but I don't know. I think they, losing a Super Bowl is tough, and they got to stay healthy. We got to see what this Rashee Rice suspension is going to be. There's a couple question marks there.
I don't think they're going to fall off because
I don't think they're going to be the best team in the AFC. I'll put it that way.
No, I don't think so.
I don't
I
think
can
they'll
see
be the
that.
best team in the AFC West.
Well, that's where we got some questions. Well, maybe if I don't know, another
bless
team in the
Bo
division
Nix.
finally steps up and actually decides to do well. Just saying.
God bless Bo Nix.
Just saying. It's a great question. I think that there's a lot of reasons. One, because God forbid the Packers got 3 great quarterbacks back to back to back. 2, he throws more interceptions than Aaron Rodgers, and they're also constantly on a main stage. And he also got paid $55 million. So I think you combine all those things, there's going to be people who are not so happy. Listen, I'm very happy with Jordan Love. The consistency just needs to be figured out, and we're rocking. But yeah, he's a developing quarterback still.
If he struggles this season,
real quick, what's a struggle? Like a bad season?
yeah, let's just say, he's got like 23 touchdown passes and 19 picks, 400 fumbles, and negative 200 passing yards. Let's say he struggles.
Negative
off season, you know what he needs to do? He needs to change his name to Jordan Hate, and he needs to come back as a villain. He needs to be the villain. Channel his inner demon.
Comes out like
Jordan
a Sith
Hate,
Lord.
And then I will root for him to win MVP.
Okay.
Because he let me down last year. I picked him and Josh Allen to be co-MVPs.
Hey, one of them was right.
Yeah. One was right.
Second one was doing pretty good. What qualifies as a successful season for each of your teams? I think for the
playoff
Packers,
win. One playoff win for the Broncos, and I'll be like,
yeah,
a step forward.
Yeah. I feel like same. You have to at least make it to the divisional round, and then I feel like there's going to be pressure to win that game too.
That you guys make it through one game without a receiver dropping a pass.
Well, I don't know if that's going to happen. So we have to actually temper our expectations for that. So let's see. Perna would give Carmi a Medal of Honor if came home and Carmi's first fight was with a Chiefs fan. Like, have to discipline, right?
I'd be like, you know what? You don't need to go to school anymore. You've figured life out. Let's enroll you in Harvard, and we'll just wait.
Just wait. That's fine. Colts or Browns?
Colts. Browns, at least you got a guy you think could be your future. Kenny Pickett.
Cleveland is attempting to work their way out of the terrible deal that they made for Deshaun Watson. They're attempting to dig up. They're trying.
You could say, hey, look, we got Dylan Gabriel, we got Shedeur Sanders. One of those guys might be the dude moving forward. So, and I think Browns fans are actually like excited for Joe Flacco to come back and start because of the magic that he had in 2023 with them. So
we'll see if they have magic again.
Yeah. I don't know how much better it is, but there's more optimism there. And you have the unknowns. Like you don't know who Shedeur is. You don't know who Dylan Gabriel is, but you got 2 guys. Maybe one of them will be the guy. I think Colts fans are like, oh shit, we know Anthony Richardson will never be the guy here based on this decision.
That's fair.
But I don't like either situation at the moment.
That Bills game's going to be good, though.
Buffalo?
Bills Chiefs. Saints going in the Super Bowl. If you say it every year, at some point, maybe. It's just not this year. It's not this year. No. If the Saints go to the Super Bowl this year, I will wear a Saints jersey every game next season. So I don't think so. Perna, what do you got coming out today, my friend?
Assuming I can get the edit done, I've got my big, beautiful, bold, accurate predictions for 2025, the whole season.
All right.
What do you have, Tom?
If there's new, I'm still unpacking. I'm trying to do a bunch of stream stuff today. I bought this thing. I'm going to try. I bought a Stream Deck. I'm gonna try and be fancy.
Learn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that.
What are you gonna do with it? Like, what are you gonna use it for?
when I stream, just of like changing scores and to change make so I don't have to turn and completely do things the entire time and do transitions and the whole night. I'm gonna try to figure that out.
Gotcha.
1. 2, I'm in Green Bay tomorrow. So no GPS on Friday.
Boo! Boo! That's just for missing the show.
Got it.
Love Green Bay.
So yeah, I'll be in Green Bay Thursday, Friday. I'm going to go to the game on Saturday. There will be a fan event on Saturday too. I just got to figure out the time. I'll know that probably on Thursday, so I'll post about it. So just let you know. Decision making, it's not always play calling. No, there's times where he just, will go. I think it's a mix too. Sometimes it's play calling, but sometimes Jordan airs it out and is a gunslinger, but then we'll also get criticism for that because that also means that he's going to potentially put the balls in some not great areas.
I've done that before.
I heard it as it came out of my mouth. Yep.
I heard it. Not great. You ever sit on those things, Tom?
I think he's good. What we've seen, I've been happy with.
You ever sit on one of those?
Sure.
That's a not great area for the balls, Tom.
It's accurate.
That's the worst place for him. I'll tell you
Micah,
what.
again, I would be shocked if Micah gets traded still. And then that would be, oh man, I need to. The content that would be made about the Cowboys would be insane. Unless like Micah suddenly starts playing poorly. Trey, I think, is more possible.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I mean, Trey showed up to the game, right? Like Trey's making the effort to make it appear like he wants to be there. Micah's not going anywhere because Jerry's stubborn. Is it true that the Packers offered 2 first-rounders and a whole bunch of stuff for him?
I couldn't find a reliable source.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, so I don't know.
We'll see. Anyway.
So I think Trey's a little bit more likely, but if he goes to, it's like, what are the Bengals doing, man? What are we doing? So, but folks, appreciate the hell out of you. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
I'm Brandon Perna, and you've reached your destination, and that's Tom Grossi.